Hey, I'm Michelle. I'm the president of Woodruff Fontaine House Museum in the Memphis chapter APTA. The APTA in Memphis was chartered in 1960. We spent 4 years restoring the house, and we opened unfurnished as a museum in 1964. Pieces started to come in both from donations, family members that were still surviving, and auction houses. Some of the pieces even predate the house by several hundred years. Join us as we take you on all 3 floors.
The foyer, or the center hall, of the main floor in a Victorian mansion was frequently a beautifully appointed entry room specifically designed to impress visitors. It provided a place for the guests to sit while they awaited their host's appearance. The grand staircase of the Woodruff Fontaine house sweeps upward from the foyer to the 2nd and 3rd floors. All components of this wonderful stairwell are original with the exception of the newel post. It is said the original newel post was topped by a bronze maiden holding aloft a gas torch which could be lit. All around the walls on the 2nd and 3rd floors were wall sconces in the shape of a woman's hand holding a torch for light. Let's talk about the proper parlor, the Victorian parlor. The design masterpiece of the 19th century home. It conveyed social standing and appreciation of culture. Opulent upholstered furnishings, fine artwork, notable architectural details, and elegant touches such as fringed pillows and ornate tea service combined to pay tribute to the Gilded Age. The large parlor in the Woodruff Fontaine house, sometimes referred to as the ballroom, served not only as a formal drawing room, it was the room for lavish galas that were given by both the Woodruff family and the Fontaine families. The parlor should be the room of all others in which good taste should be everywhere apparent. The walls will be pleasant with objects to look upon, not dreary blanks of white plaster, and all arrangements of the room should be homelike, with ornaments, books, flowers, not arranged for show merely, but for the pleasant study, recreation, or conversation.
One thing about this house is that it was built with symmetry in mind. Now, it's very important to Victorians back in that time. So when the house was restored, they knew these 3 doors were here. You had one door that went to the music room, one door that went to the porch, and they didn't know what this door went to. So they came and got it opened up. And it was signed by the people who built the house. It goes nowhere. It was built purely to maintain the symmetry of the front hall. Now, the people who helped to build the house actually had to stay here for a while until the house was finished. So one of the gentlemen that was here, he got word that his son had died while he was here building the house. Mr. Woodruff let him do a tribute to his son in the house. So we have arabesques that he put up above the doors on the 1st floor in memory of his son.
On the 2nd floor of this beautiful mansion, we're going to talk about the Victorian bedroom. As homes grew larger during the 19th century, bedrooms, commonly referred to as chambers, were located on the 2nd and 3rd floors of these beautiful homes. The family members occupied the larger rooms on the 2nd floor of the front of the home, while servants had small rooms located towards the back or on the 3rd floor accessible via a rear staircase located off the kitchen. Now let's talk about an unmentionable, the Victorian bathroom. Prior to the installation of plumbing in the 1880s, the bathroom was actually a part of the bedroom and consisted of accessories for cleansing, including portable tub and chamber pot. Carved mahogany or oak toilet chairs, very fashionable with extremely wealthy, were an alternative to the convenience, which was often an outbuilding situated on the back part of the property.
One of the things that we have here is a painting called Four Men on a Corner. It was painted by Charles Pinckney Stewart in 1880. It was painted to honor the four prominent Memphians who were vital in the growth and development of Memphis, who actually met on the corner of Main and Madison every day to discuss their business. For those of you from Memphis, for a point of reference, the building that is being built behind them is now the University of Memphis Law School. These four men continued this tradition throughout the rest of their professional lives.
On the third floor of the Woodruff Fontaine mansion, you will see more bedrooms and an office we refer to as sometimes Elliot's office or the Tower office. This is where gentlemen of the family would often retire for the evening to look over paperwork and to take in the business of what had been done through the day.
So we are now in the Right Room, which is located on the third floor of the mansion. We call it the Right Room due to the bequest that we received from Luke Eldridge Wright. It was the largest bequest ABTA has ever received. Luke Eldridge Wright was instrumental in the restoration of this mansion back in the 60s. He is also the great-great-grandson of Archibald Wright, who is pictured in the Four Men on a Corner painting downstairs.
Let's talk about the tower. On the third floor, you'll see a secondary staircase that seemingly leads to nowhere. Once you open the door, you see more and more steps. These are what we refer to as the steps to the tower. There are two more top levels where in the bygone days, Mr. Woodruff and then Mr. Fontaine could actually watch the boats with their merchandise arrive or depart down the Mississippi River Bluff cobblestones, just a few blocks away to the west. At that time, of course, the trees were younger and smaller, and downtown buildings were not built as tall as they are now, so there was a nice vantage point in which the gentleman could see the flow of the Mississippi River traffic.
I hope you enjoyed the tour of our museum. You can find us on Facebook at Woodruff Fontaine House Museum or visit woodruff-fontaine.org. We are open for tours Wednesday through Sunday from 12 to 4. You can purchase tickets online or when you get here. Y'all have a wonderful day.